Two people, Solomon Akachaba, this particular guy, and his friends, were in prison for 2 years at the Ewutu camp prison. Solomon was given the prison sentence because he stole coconuts. His friend was given the 2 years prison sentence because Solomon sold the coconuts and gave him 50 cedis. Let's get to the story. So, this guy, Solomon Akachaba, a 24 years old, was living with his fiancée at one particular place in Ghana. Solomon Akachaba used to work at the Galamsey site and also worked as a tiler, those who lay tiles. Now, Solomon Akachaba at one point in time was making so much money from Galamsey and from the tiling. Solomon Akachaba was living the life. He and the fiancée had 2 children. So, Solomon Akachaba's fiancée, at the time that Solomon Akachaba was making money, advised Solomon to put his money into some investments and make good use of the money. However, you see, the Galamsey used to bring in regular income. Tiling also sometimes brought regular income. So Solomon Akachaba was just chilling. In fact, in the narration of Solomon Akachaba during the interview, he had several other girlfriends that he used to go out and chill with, whilst the fiancée was at home. So it came to a time that work ceased coming. Solomon Akachaba was neither making money from the Galamsey nor from the tiling. The guy became very, very broke. In Solomon Akachaba's narration, he indicated that as at the time he was making so much money, the fiancée used to respect and submit herself to him. But when he became broke, the fiancée was now forming authority and was not respecting him as she used to. So for that particular reason, Solomon Akachaba was trying so much to make money again. Because there were times that Solomon Akachaba had nothing to even buy food. It was the fiancée that was feeding him. So Solomon Akachaba's 2 children were attending an international school. This international school had a policy. Every single day when the students are coming to school, they must bring 8 Ghana cedi as feeding fee. And every single term, the children must pay 80 Ghana cedis as school fees. Yes, so 80 Ghana cedis school fees for a term, and then 8 cedis feeding fee daily. So because Solomon Akachaba was broke, it got to a time that he could not afford the school fees and then the feeding. Fiancée of Solomon Akachaba also used to advise Solomon Akachaba to invest the money he was making, and he refused. So she said he should find a way to pay the children's school fees. That is his responsibility. So Solomon Akachaba at a particular point in time realized that the children were at the risk of being expelled from the school if he did not pay the fees on time, because the children were pressuring him for the fees and the feeding. So one day, Solomon Akachaba devised a plan. So Solomon Akachaba came out and started walking around the community. In the community, there was one particular point where there were a nursery, a place where coconut seedlings were being nursed. When Solomon Akachaba got there, he stole all 25 coconut seedlings that were available at that particular area and then packed them in the sack and then went away and hid it inside the home. The next day, Solomon Akachaba and his friend came to the house with a Pragya yellow, this particular type of vehicle, placed the stolen coconut seedlings inside, went and then sold them. According to Solomon Akachaba, he sold the coconut for 10 Ghana cedis each. The number was 25, so in total, he got 250 Ghana cedis for the coconuts. He gave the 50 Ghana cedis for the friend for helping him because the friend was also broke. And then he took the 200 Ghana cedis to go settle the children's school fees and feed them. He thought he was free. He wasn't. Later on, they heard announcements that somebody has gone to steal the coconut seedlings that were available somewhere. It was all over the community. People were asking. Solomon Akachaba's elder brother told the guy that he saw his younger brother with some coconut seedlings yesterday, so he should go and ask Solomon Akachaba where those coconut seedlings are. You would ask, why are you selling out to your brother? Like, why do you want them to arrest your brother? Now, Solomon Akachaba says that he and the brother were not in talking terms because the brother had been disrespecting the mother and family, and they also disrespect him, so they don't talk. So the guy went to Solomon Akachaba and asked Solomon Akachaba. He couldn't lie. It was revealed that Solomon Akachaba was the one who stole the coconut seed. The case was reported to the Ghana police. The police took the case to court. When the case was taken to the police and subsequently to the court, Solomon Akachaba tried so much hard to explain to them that It wasn't that he's a thief. He has never stolen in his entire life and he doesn't wish to become a thief. The case that brought him to stealing was that his children were about to be expelled from school. They did not have feeding. They did not have money to pay school fees. And he was like afraid that his children would be expelled from school. So he had no option than to steal those seedlings. So they should try. He will find money to pay the guy. But the guy was like, the case is already in court. Let the court deal with you. So subsequently, the judge at the court fined Solomon Akachaba and the friend 2,000 Ghana cedis. So the thing was, if Solomon Akachaba and the friend cannot pay 2,000 Ghana cedis, then they are to serve 2.5 years in prison. That was the case. Solomon Akachaba, who couldn't afford 80 cedis to pay children's school fees, how do you expect him to afford 2,000 Ghana cedi fine? So he wasn't able to pay. The friend also, who had nothing but to take 50 Ghana cedi and depend on, also couldn't afford the 2,000 Ghana cedi fine. So they were sent to the Ewutu camp prison to serve the 2.5 years sentence. It was at that particular prison that the CEO of Crime Check Foundation and Crime Check TV went and then interviewed him. The heartwarming part about the interview was that at the beginning, Solomon Akachaba was trying to describe his fiancée as somebody who was trying to exert authority because he was broke. The fiancée was now treating him bad. But Crime Check Foundation's CEO, who has had several interviews with people like Solomon Akachaba, tried to hammer more. Finally, Solomon Akachaba agreed that yes, there were times that I have assaulted her, there were times I hit her, there were times I treated her bad. She gave me good advice and I didn't listen. I spent most of the money on my girlfriends and all those. Now Solomon Akachaba was allowed to call the girlfriend, the fiancée, and then apologize. The fiancée gave like a very heartwarming response because the fiancée assured Solomon Akachaba that for the 2.5 years that he's going to be in the prison, she, the fiancée, was going to be out of prison waiting for Solomon Akachaba to finish his sentence, come back for them to reunite, take care of their children, and continue their relationship.